Hello and welcome to this episode of Community Connections. I am your host, Anna Orr, and this is airing right here on OROMIA11. Today, I am talking to the co-owner of Sisters Empowered, Cecilia Veal, and we will be talking about the amazing BIPOC Expo that will be taking place August 17th. This is going to be a really good episode you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. Cecilia, I'm so excited to have you joining me on this episode of Community Connections. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. I so appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, for those that are unfamiliar, can you please talk to us about your organization, Sisters Empowered, as well as the upcoming event that's taking place in August?
Well, Sisters Empowered is me, my daughter, and my cousin, and we decided, well, we did actually decide this together because after George Floyd died back in 2020, going back a little bit more, I was a recruiter for a nonprofit for several years. So I used to go to these events. And so after that happened, and then COVID came, but we incorporated right before COVID came. So I was like, so what are we going to do? And I really thought, what are we going to do when I found out I had to go across town to the ATM machine? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm thinking, that we need to bring these resources, career opportunities, education, other opportunities, services, and whatnot into one room where people can have a safe space, mm-hmm. and they can meet the experts in the room where they're comfortable with other people that look like them, mm-hmm. asking the questions, getting the information. So hence we started Sisters Empowered.
Now, talk to me about the specific work of Sisters Empowered. What ways are you guys connecting with the community? How are you empowering sisters across the greater Twin Cities area?
Okay, so we're really just called Sisters Empowered because we're sisters to everybody. That's my thought about things. But bringing these expos, or people sometimes call them resource fair, job mm-hmm. fairs. I was like, okay, now I want us to stand out. So we decided Sisters Empowered Expo because we are empowering. Usually it's the woman running the household. So the sisters are in charge, or not saying that they're in charge, but the husband, the man, he's in charge, but she knows what's going on. So for her to come out, and him to come out and get this information so that we can empower our households, actually brown people, mm-hmm. empower us to level the playing fields, like increase generational wealth, but also to increase wealth, entrepreneurship. We can have businesses. We can, me and somebody were just talking today, have the same kind of medical that people that are not brown have, so that we can actually, because going off some stats that I found when I was looking up things, I was like, oh, so this year, 2024, 42% of the population consists of brown people.
That's right.
By 2050, it will be 50%. And I was like, okay, we need to not only be that 50%, but we need to be able to live as good as the other people live. Mm-hmm. So that's why we do these expos with all the experts in the room for them, asking questions. Home ownership, because we just had home ownership month, and Minnesota has money right now for brown people to be able to buy their own homes and whatnot. So bringing those groups in too. So we're having mortgage people, banks, all kinds of people coming in, so that people can talk, and also to know that, yeah, you can buy a house too. You can have your own business and all those great things.
Now, one of the few subject matters you guys are going to be addressing at this expo is going to be service, resource, education, and career. What was the catalyst that you specifically wanted to address those areas?
Because that covers a lot of things. So if you have those services like UCare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, UCare just signed on today, so that you have that information so that you can make knowledgeable decisions on, is this what I want for my medical? Who are these people? Services like that, medical, but the resources, where can I go to school? Where can I get resources to buy houses? Where can I get because everything is really a resource, just knowing where to go look for things. Mm-hmm. So that part, and then career opportunities, we're having like, hopefully the state of Minnesota is going to be there. The police department is going to be there. They're coming to present jobs. We've had the state troopers before, because we need people that look like us in our community. I'm not saying policing us like policing us, but if I call 911, can somebody that looks like me come to help me? Or the state troopers, hopefully you're not getting pulled over, but if you're getting pulled over, let it be by somebody that looks like you so that you don't get so fearful based upon the things that have been going on by people that don't look like us. So we need to have these jobs that in our communities for us, all of us in the community. And then what was the last one? Education. So we're having colleges there because there's something that just passed to my understanding. I'm not real familiar with it about people being able to go to college for free. I think they're the first generation.
Right.
So leveling out that playing field, but also where our kids are going to school. A lot of people don't know, and I love North. I graduated from there too. I'm like, but where else can my kids go to school? You just can't put us somewhere. Like when I was growing up, they decided to bus us and they shipped us out where I was only black girl in my classroom. But I got transferred with other black kids. But in our classrooms, we were the only black people. So giving us some choices on what's our education? What does it look like? So, yeah.
I think that's so important because we're in the middle of, we just started summer, not in the middle, but we've just started summer, but fall is around the corner. And I'm sure there are so many scholars that are still trying to navigate what their educational steps are going to look like or what their employment opportunities are going to look like going forward. You and I are both adults, but it is still daunting to try and decide on insurance and trying to figure out what plan works best for what family and how this is going to financially affect us. So I think it's going to be so important for people to come out and receive these resources and connections right in one place.
Yeah.
You are having this event August 17th from 1 to 4 p.m. at North Commons Park. Talk to me about why North Commons Park.
Well, we have been in other places. We were over in Northeast last year, and North Commons because everything that you hear, you're always hearing about North Minneapolis. Okay, so we know people are over there. I'm over there. Other people are over there. This is a big mix over there. We have brown people over there, all the brown people. And so this is a good location. It's busable, it's walkable, and it's familiar to the neighborhood. So of course, why would you not be somewhere where it's familiar to you? And plus, I love North Commons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A really big shout out to North Commons Recreation Center. Now, can you please talk to me about the community partners? You shared a few. You said that UCare is going to be represented. The Minneapolis Police Department will be there. But you also have the Mixed Blood Theater coming in, partnering with you as you guys do this event. You also have Minneapolis area realtors and so many others. Can you talk to me about what these partnerships and or sponsors mean to you and the work of Sisters Empowered?
Well, Mixed Blood, that one is the lady. There was this event this summer, and it was where you were traveling all around Minnesota, seeing these different businesses and nonprofits. So I happened to volunteer, and I was at Mixed Blood Theater, and I was like, dang, they've been here. I know growing up, I always saw their sign. I never went in there.
Yes.
And so I reached out to one of them, and she said, I will share the events that you have and whatnot. And I was like, okay, is it okay if I put you down as a sponsor? Because you are doing us a service. You're sharing this with people. Everything that people do doesn't have to be about money, but she's sharing. She has a different network than I do. So she's on there. They're on there, Mixed Blood Theater, and probably later on reach out to them for Start Anew, which is also a sponsor, but I'm the executive director and founder of that. And you can look at our website, startanewmn.org, and the things that we do. And then Mixed Blood and some other people are going to donate for our community campaign where we feed the community on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we also do this community campaign for the youth. So some of those tickets hopefully will go to that. But then we also have Deloach Investments. They're just getting started, and they're trying to find ways to invest in businesses that might need some money to do whatever it is that they're going to do in entrepreneurship. And then I really am about to mess this up, but I think it's called Crazy Cuts. I'm not sure, but It's they partnering with Deloach Investments to provide backpacks for this expo coming
this
up.
is going to be wonderful.
Yeah, they're going to provide backpacks, and then the Minneapolis Realtors, of course, so that people can know about home ownership, that it is possible. And I know about home ownership. I don't know all the things that they know. And then Levita Neal, she's going to be there. She just got her realtor license, so I got to give her a shout out too. But there's money for people to buy houses, and for a lot of people are scared to be homeowners. Like, it's going to cost a lot. Well, first of all, you're already paying somebody's mortgage. You're paying for water, lights, and gas. I just discovered that even in an apartment. And I'm like, whoa, so you're paying for everything. You might as well own your own to pay for your own. The only thing that you're probably not doing, but you might be doing, is snow removal and cutting the grass. And why not? You can add that on. That's really nothing, but you can share it with your kids later on in life, or your grandchildren, because I'm firm about Solomon said that a wise man has an inheritance for his children's children. So this is to keep paying it forward, to keep on going. And I was born in the 60s, and there were a lot of Black businesses, and a lot of things shared we passed on to our kids, and we need to keep doing that. And so I'm just trying to think who else. It's going to be a couple of people there. I just began a partnership with an organization called NAB, and that stands for Nonprofits and BIPOC Communities. So
Wonderful.
But yeah, I just can't think of the rest off the top of my head. But yeah, a lot of partnerships and sponsorships, and we are definitely have room for more vendors always, to get this information out. And if you can't be a vendor, the vendors are the ones that are paying for this because they have their fee,
Right.
and so that means the community is able to participate at no cost. And yeah.
Now, for people that are interested in vendoring and or partnering with you to sponsor, can you please provide the contact information for them to reach out to you? Because we are closing in on August, but we're not there just
definitely.
yet. So there's still time.
They can go on our website at www.sisters-empowered.com, and they could actually go on there and register, and they can pay their vendor fee there too. Or else they can, I'm going to take a leap out here and tell them they can call me on my personal cell. And that's 612-223-1305. Sisters Empowered's number is 612-296-7386.
Okay. Thank you for providing that information. Now, you said the event is free and open to the public, and that people are going to be able to come and not only get backpacks, but a lot of resources and information to set them up for the future. Can you talk about one takeaway that you want parents as well as community members to take away as they attend this Expo?
Well, I want them to take away the fact that they were able to come. This was a safe environment, and I want them to share it with their friends, because as we go forward into 2025, we're going to be promoting more of these, just in different locations, so that everybody has that opportunity to come to the Sisters Empowered BIPOC Expo, because this is for them. But also, I have to say, because I don't want any problems down the line, that we said that we're not saying that it's just for BIPOC people. Other people are welcome to attend also, but this is geared toward the BIPOC community to level out the playing fields, and we want all brown people. That includes, because I'm not going to say that online, but that for us to be united together, we are all brown people. It does lighter, darker, whatever, but that we need to unite together to level the playing fields for not only our children, but their children, and going forward. So share, share, share. That's all I'm going to say. Share, share, share. Share with everybody, and come out and get those backpacks, because we're only going to have 100 of them. That's what they tell me.
They're going to go to the necessary scholars that need them for this fall.
Absolutely.
And in this economy, we know that somebody doing something like that is truly a blessing to help you eliminate one more financial burden off your list as we head into the fall. Now, you talked about us helping you by sharing the information about the events and staying connected to the works of Sisters Empowered. Can you please let us know what your social media handles are and where we can find you?
Okay, so you can find us on the web, of course, and then you can find me on TikTok. I just haven't gotten Sisters Empowered on TikTok yet, but my name is Cecilia Ann on TikTok, so you can find me there. My Facebook is Cecilia Ann, but Sisters Empowered does have their own page too, so I'm thinking you go in the search bar and search sistersempowered.com, and then Start Anew is always sharing Sisters Empowered stuff too, so that's Start Anew on Facebook as well. And we really don't do a lot of social media but Facebook and TikTok, and I know there's a Instagram that we have also, and it's probably my name as well, so Cecilia Ann on social media. So look all that up, and that's where you'll find all the information. But also partners like you guys, because I consider you guys a partner, because you are sharing this and it's going to get out to a lot of people, and hopefully these things will build, because not only are we trying to do this in Minnesota, but by 2026 we want to have at least reached out to Iowa and Milwaukee and going forward, because the United States is full of BIPOC people.
Very true. Now, lastly, please let us know how we support the work of Sisters Empowered.
You guys have really supported us really a lot with this, just having me on here, and just by spreading the word. And yeah, if you guys can come check it out, please come out.
I just want you to take 1 second and look into that camera and give a personal invitation to the community to come out to this wonderful expo you guys are having on the 17th of August.
Okay, so this is my personal invitation to the community, whether you're north, south, St. Paul, or whatever, because we're only having it. This is the last one for the year, and it's going to be in Minneapolis, but everybody's welcome. It's kids friendly, it's kid friendly, and it's a no cost event, and it is going to be on August the 17th of this year, 2024. Starts at 1 o'clock, it's over at 4, and it's at North Commons Recreation Center at 1801 James Avenue North in Minneapolis. So please come check it out. You are welcome to be there.
Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode of Community Connections, Miss Cecilia. It has been a pleasure to talk to you, but also to share this resource with the community, because we know that representation matters and that underserved communities deserve the same amazing resources and knowledge and information that other communities receive. So thank you.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. You guys are such a blessing.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for this episode of Community Connections. A very special thank you to Miss Cecilia Veal and her team at Sisters Empowered. Please make sure that you all join her and her team out at North Commons Park on the 17th of August from 1 to 4 p.m. As always, I am Anna Orr. This has been Community Connections, airing on OROMIA11. I look forward to connecting again with you soon.